Okay, so I've got the gloves on. Everything we do in soap making is done by weight instead of volume. And so I'm going to start by removing the pan, which is susceptible to the sodium hydroxide. And I don't use metal when I'm making soap, except for in the pot, which is a very heavy-duty pot. So what I do is put the measuring cup on and then tare the weight. That means I reset the scale so that it says 0 on it. Like that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is pour the lye, and this is just the standard lye that I get at in the cleaning supplies at the local store. And I clean the top bit because it's been sitting, because it's been a while since I made a batch of soap, and I don't want the dirt in the soap. So before I open it, I'll clean the top. And then I need to measure 5.5 ounces. So it's a free running lye. Four, 5.5. A little tiny bit more. And that is the lye, which is the sodium hydroxide, and this stuff is incredibly dangerous. So the soap making book that I use says that if at this point you have to do anything, including going to the bathroom, you just stick it out. I just want to be clear, this is a demonstration video, not an instructional video. If you are interested in doing some soap making, there are some wonderful books available, and lots of people do workshops on it. So the next thing I'm going to do is measure my lavender tea. I need 15 3/4 ounces distilled or spring water. In our case, our water comes straight out of the ground and we don't have any chemicals in it. So I can do it with the water out of my tap. And this is, so 15 3/4 is just shy of a pound.
Where do you get your lavender from?
I get my lavender from an organic herb supplier that I use for my spice and herb business that I run as well. Don't look over here, it's gross. Okay, so that's a little bit too much, and I will just pour a splash of it back. Now, if you look, I don't think you'll probably be able to see, but there are definitely flakes of the lavender in the water here. So what happens is that this will be a very organic looking soap. They don't wind up being pretty and blue and purple and pink and all of those that you see in a typical commercially produced soap, because they have the herbs still in them, and the sodium hydroxide tends to brown the herbs. Okay, so now I have the weighed water and the weighed hydroxide, and I'm going to set them aside. And we're going to press pause, because the next thing I have to do is demonstrate measuring the oil.